All right, g'day. I do speak English. Hang on. G'day, hi, and welcome. Okay. That's going to be one of my, I'm going to be sniping wolves and coyotes around here from up there at some point. I got a nice shoot lane there. I'm kind of glad they opened up as much as they did. I wish they would have opened it up a bit more. Like, clear it all, take it all. Give me some shooting lanes. Lynx and bobcat in my area. There is a lynx that crosses right around here a couple of times this year that my dad got on his trail cam where she sticks around there. Tons of coyotes and wolves and everything running around here, and deer and everything else. But bobcats and lynx, there are very few of them around. My dad saw a bobcat. He said they were around when he was a kid. And the first one he ever saw, and the only one he ever saw, him and my uncle were skinning poplar, working in the bush with my grandfather. There's some coyote tracks right there. Probably some mixed with some lacy tracks. My dad and my dog usually come back here, but now that I got the traps are going to be set up, my dog won't be back here till next season. But anyway, they were having like a little bit of an argument, you know, like as boys would, and then my grandfather grabbed the axe and made for them. And they didn't know what was going on. They thought he was going to kill them. And they turned around just as he got there, and there was a fucking bobcat sneaking up on my dad and my uncle. Like a little bobcat. Well, I guess he was going to eat the kids for lunch or something. And that my grandfather chased it away with the axe. Pretty interesting story, you know. And that was, I think, the last encounter of a bobcat in this area that my dad knows of. I've never seen a bobcat. Never seen a bobcat track. Lynx tracks, almost every season there's a lynx here. I don't know if it's the same lynx in this territory. They do tend to, you know, stake out a territory for a good while. Unlike wolves and coyotes, where they're all over the place all the time, a wolf can have like 600 square kilometers, about 400 square miles of territory. Coyotes, well, they're kind of nomads. They don't really have territory. They just go and steal and sneak and whatever they can get away with, right? So that's what's there. But lynx is a little bit more, they'll stay in an area a little bit longer. Wolverines. Although I'm not allowed to catch wolverines here, you can catch as many as you want up in the Northwest Territories, but here you can't. They're off limits. There are wolverines here. They're probably about as abundant as the lynx. You very rarely see them. You might see, I've only seen two in my life, and they were both in the exact same spot and about 15 or 20 years apart. And one was a young one and one was an old one, so it was probably the same wolverine 15 or 20 years later. Very, very bizarre, but that's what it was. I'm watching for wild chickens here. I think we're just past the wild chicken optimum season. It was cold yesterday, and it seems like right after that first cold snap, the real good cold snap, they disappear. I don't know where they go, but they disappear. They burrow in somewhere. And then you got Lake Fisher. This place is, I usually catch a couple of fisher a year when I do trap, if I put my trap out for them. But marten, same thing. They're here. There's not that many. I've only ever seen one alive, and I think my dad's only ever caught 2 or 3 of them here. They take up a big territory. What else we got here? Well, obviously, beavers and otters and muskrats are just like, they're coming out the yin-yang, you know what I mean? Yeah, a little bit of everything here. Next to that, cougars. Oh, mountain lion, cougar, wildcat, all the same cat. They pass through. There are more on the Ontario side than they are up here in Quebec, or like Western Quebec here, but they are here. And I've seen their tracks here, so I think they just pass through. I don't really think they stay. But if I ever catch one, I'll be probably shit my pants, because that is an animal you don't want to mess with. But interesting nonetheless. I don't know what the regulations are for cougars around here, because they would be considered other species. There's nothing saying that I can't catch them, but there's nothing saying that I can. And lynx, I think I'm allowed 1. And just so you know, there's chog up in that yellow birch there. Pretty interesting, eh? All right, here we go.